Hi, Mansoor, how are you? We're going to wait a few to get some more people on. Hey, Christian, how are you? We're going to wait a little bit. We'll wait another few minutes, guys, before we start. All right, guys, we're going to give it one more minute and then we'll get started. Thanks for being patient. Hi, Yesenia, how are you?
Hi, I'm pretty good. And yourself?
Good. I hear babies behind. Are they doing good?
Yes.
Nice. All right. We're going to just wait one more minute. We're going to wait till 10:05 to see if we can get people on. And while I have you guys here, have you downloaded the participant guide yet? And Mansoor and Christian, are you able to participate, or are you at work? Hi, Mario.
Good morning.
Hi, this is Mansoor. I'm able to participate right now, and I haven't received the guide yet. I just received a text with the code for the Zoom call only. Thanks.
Okay, I'm gonna show you guys. Christian, Mario, do you guys know how to access the participant guide?
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to post the link?
That would be awesome. And then I will go ahead and download the participant guide and the script book that you're gonna need.
Sounds good.
I'm walking to my destination right now, and I will as soon as I can.
Awesome, all right. All right, so just downloaded the participant guide and then I will get you to the script book as well. So if you guys want to look at the chat, you guys are going to be able to download the participant guide and the script book. And I would also copy the link that Mario sent to everybody because you can access all the participant guide material there as well as the Ignite toolkit. All right, can everyone see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, guys, well, today we're going to start talking about buyer consultations. And if you haven't already, look through the chat so that you can download the participant guide as well as the scripts. Has everybody done that yet?
Which one is which?
Okay, so there's a file that says participant guide. And Yesenia, you would see it because I put it in the chat before, or yeah, after you got on. So if you go in the chat, there's two downloads. There's a participant guide, and then there's an elemental script book.
I only got one of the links. I think it's probably the, let me see. It says Ignite Elementals 5 Buyer Consultations.
Okay, that's the one.
Okay.
Inside that window is potential evidence of the killer's hasty departure. Women's panties.
All right, guys, so today we're going to learn how to do a buyer presentation, okay? Let me get you guys, I'm going to show you guys something here. New share. Well, here, give me a minute. Oh, iPhone person, you don't see it because you got on afterwards, so I'll download it again. Sorry, I called you iPhone person. I just don't see your name on there. Okay, so I've downloaded both. Hopefully you'll be able to see it now. Are you guys able to see my screen where it says setting the appointment? You guys are all on mute. If someone can just either nod their head or tell me they can see it, that would be great.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. Let me just see one chat. And guys, for those of you that are doing the chat, just know that I'm navigating a lot of different screens. So if you're able to just unmute yourself and ask a question, that would be great. All right, guys. So why do you think it's important to sign a buyer representation agreement before working with a buyer?
Lock them in so you're not wasting your time.
Absolutely. Nick, what usually happens when people work with a buyer and they don't have a buyer agreement signed?
I'm not sure because I'm fairly new, but I'm guessing they might be working with other agents as well.
You are absolutely right. When you don't have a buyer broker agreement signed, you guys, you could be literally showing buyers homes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different times, and they can walk into someone else's listing. A little harder now because with COVID, you know, we have to have PED forms signed and everything. But agents are getting a lot more savvy in terms of having by appointment only open houses and what have you. So you still could run in a situation where, you know, a listing agent can get a hold of that buyer and they can take them right up underneath you. So you definitely want to have the buyer broker agreement signed. And before we get off the meeting today, I will definitely download for you guys a one-page agreement that I've actually had set up for the brokerage, if you want to use that one versus the CAR form, because I know the CAR form is a little bit lengthy. All right, so let's talk about setting the appointment, guys. If you go to page 5 in your participant guide, and I will share the screen here for those of you that don't have it. All right, so with this, what are the 3 objectives of a buyer consultation? Basically, what is the goal? Anyone?
I guess let them know what you're going to do for them, explain your fiduciary responsibility, and get them to sign.
Yep, that's 2 out of 3. What would the first one be? Basically, the first one is discovering the wants, needs, and values of the buyer. The second one, Nick said it, is setting the expectation for how you're going to work with them, explaining your fiduciary duty. And then the third one is closing a signed buyer representation agreement. So guys, what do you think you need to do to prepare for a meeting that will accomplish all 3 of those goals? All right, I'll give you the answer. Did everybody have their coffee today? Mario, I see you laughing. All right, Nick, and thank you for participating. I know Christian is still on his way to his destination, and Yesenia has her little kiddos in the background. So how you prepare for a meeting is a buyer lead sheet. I think that you guys have already done that in one of your other Ignite classes, and I could show you that. I'll share a new screen with you just so you can see it. In 1 minute. Let me make sure I got the right one. That's the needs analysis. Has everyone seen a buyer lead sheet? No, okay. You know what, guys? I'm going to show you something here. Because it's important, guys, for you guys to know where all the resources are. So are you able to see my screen now? That's on my email. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
All right, so you're going to log into your KW Connect. And guys, if you have to take notes, please take the notes. So you go to KW Connect, you go to resources, KW, you're going to hit Ignite 2.0 Lab. Now, if you look down here, there's participant resources. So if you go into that, okay, do you see here where it says download the Ignite toolkit? I'm going to show you all of the different things it has. Are you guys able to now see my screen where it says 66-day challenge 411 template buyer lead sheet. Are you able to see that?
No.
Okay, I'll share that with you guys. Okay, you can see it now, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So guys, the Ignite Toolkit offers you all of this stuff. A 60-day challenge, calendar, a 411 template. You see here the buyer lead sheet. Are you able to see the new screen or it's still on the old screen?
Old screen.
Okay. Man, I gotta keep sharing new screens. All right. So that's just one form that you have here, the buyer lead sheet. And you guys should get very, very familiar with this toolkit because it has all of the resources that you need for your buyers and for your sellers, even for business planning, okay? Now I know in one of the Ignites, I forget which one it was, you guys went through this buyer lead sheet. So I just wanted you to see where it's at, okay? So this would be one of the resources, that you would use to accomplish the goals that we talked about. The other one would be the buyer presentation, okay, which we will be going over. And then also your scripts, which I just closed all tabs. Give me 1 minute. Okay, here we go. So are you guys now aware of where to get the Ignite Toolkit? You guys definitely should be downloading that. Okay, and then on that same page, if you scrolled down a little bit more, you see all of the Spark and Elementals, and you can just click on it and download the participant guide. You guys get yourselves familiar with it because you guys are going to use this pretty much in your entire real estate career. So now setting the appointment, okay? Someone tell me how you set an appointment. Mario, if you wanted to set an appointment with me, what would you say to me?
Sorry about that. I would have to, I would call you first, do a care call, check in with you and see how you're doing and hopefully get the information I need to see if you're interested in buying and then set up an appointment there.
Perfect. It's simply asking, right?
Right.
Hey, Mario, I'm available Friday at 2 and at 5. Do one of those times work for you?
Great. Yeah, we could do it at
It's
2.
really, I'm so sorry, Marty, to interrupt you, but it really is that simple, guys, just setting the appointment. It's just asking. It's really not that complicated. Any questions? And thank you, Mario.
Of course.
All right, let me move this down. You guys can all see the screen still? So
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So now you've cultivated the lead and you have an A buyer. Can somebody tell me what an A buyer is?
Someone who's ready to purchase ASAP?
Yes. And also is ready, right? Like you said, is willing and is able. Because Yesenia, like you said, what if I'm ready to purchase right now, but I don't have a pre-approval? Right? Are you guys going to start showing properties without a pre-approval?
No.
Right? You typically wouldn't. Now, if it's a lead that maybe, if you're on a team or you're buying, Zillow leads or anything like that, and it's a lead that came in and said, I want to go see this house, then by all means, get a P out to them, meet them at the house, and then set up the appointment or try to do the buyer consult right then and there after the initial viewing of that property. Anyone have any questions on that?
No.
All right. So let's turn to page 13 in your elemental script book. I'll share that screen with you here. Do you guys all have it?
I don't see it.
Okay, I'm showing it to you guys right here. And for future guys, it would really help you guys and be beneficial if you guys download these before. And I'll turn to page 13 for you guys here. So Mario, you want to read that?
Sure. This is page 13, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Scripts for working with buyers, schedule, buyer consultation appointment, buyer called on a property. The property at 123 Maple Street is listed at $249,000. Let's schedule an appointment to see if 123 Maple Street is the perfect home for you. Would today at 4 p.m. or Saturday at 10 a.m. be better for you? Great. Let's meet at my office. So while we are out, we can also review other properties on the multiple listing service that you might be interested in if Maple Street isn't right for you. Does that work for you? Keep going.
Okay, so that one was the one, like I said, if you get like a Zillow lead or something, right? They're wanting to view a property, okay? Now, this is someone that, you know, is a buyer referral or someone that's willing to talk with you in regards to wanting to purchase a property. So go ahead.
So buyer's name, Susie.
Right.
I'd like to invite you to come into my office so we can discuss what you're looking for in your next home and use my MLS to review properties. This way we can research for homes that fit your criteria. When we meet at my office, we can work together to make the most of your time. I can use the tools I have to find the best matches for you and check for any contingencies and other details that would not be apparent from a property visit alone. Are weekends or weekdays better for you?
Okay, so one of the things, guys, that I want to be crystal clear on when it comes to scripts and verbiage for us. If you were not a realtor, would you know what MLS means? Probably not, right? So make sure that when we're talking about abbreviated things like that, that you say multiple listing service, okay? And the other thing with scripts, guys, is you really need to make them your own, okay? I would say something as easy as, Mario, congratulations. I'm so excited that you're looking for a home. I've got Friday at 3 o'clock or Saturday morning. What works best for you? I'd love to take that time. You know, once you tell me what's best for you, then I can say, I'd love to take that time to get to know a little bit about your wants, your needs. I can let you know a little bit about how I work. And then at the end of the day, if we both decide we want to work together, we'll sign an agreement and then we'll start looking at properties. How does that sound? Okay, so it's just something that needs to roll off your tongue, right? So if you're looking at scripts, I believe that's oftentimes why people will start fumbling their words or they're afraid to speak it because they're looking at a script thinking, that's not how I would talk, and try to memorize it. You don't want to memorize something that isn't the way you speak. So if you have to tweak it a little bit, but you should be practicing your scripts. So setting the appointment is not very hard, is it?
No, it's not. And sorry, this is Mansoor. I have a quick question. Sorry,
Yes,
this is my
please.
first session.
Yes,
So these scripts, we're gonna find it. I downloaded the Ignite toolkit, but I haven't
Correct.
seen any scripts in that toolkit. Is there any other place where I can download these scripts or where I can find them?
so in the toolkit, you should see a bunch of different PDFs, and in
Yeah.
there, there's an Elementals 5 script book. Mansoor, if not, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna enter my email address in the chat. Just send me an email. And I'll get it to you, and I'll also email you bullet points of how to get into it, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. All right, guys, so let's talk about preparing for a buyer presentation. I'm going to show you on KW Connect how to actually create one for you. So let me just. Okay, everyone can see my KW Connect here?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so you log in your KW Connect, you go to technology. Okay, you're going to go to your command login. So you're going to log into KW Command. You don't have to go to KW Connect, by the way. I just have a shortcut to the other one. So for your buyer presentation, you're going to log on to KW Command. And you see here to the left, if you hover over these, you can see that's contacts, tasks, smart plans. Okay. Opportunities, campaigns, reports, designs. So here you're going to go to designs. Okay, you guys all see that, right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, bye-bye.
Try to minimize this. Okay. Sorry, guys, my computer was sticking. So you are going to hit this. Let me see. Okay, did you see how I hit that plus button? That's where you're going to create new. Okay, and then you can go here. This is all your buyer consultation. And then you could actually add text all right here. You can go ahead and edit anything that you want here. Add pictures, so you can do images. You go to templates. We already did that. So here would be your guide to home ownership, right? This is your buyer consult. So this is how you would go in and create your own buyer consultation for you. Now, just so you know, there are a lot of resources that you guys can use. The first one is, if you guys want to write this down, you guys can, there's a Facebook room called Command Your Conversion. On there, there are so many different resources there. You can go into files, and conversion spelled C-O-N, like Nancy, V-E-R-S-I-O-N. KW Command, you guys know, has lots of videos. You can ask any of your friends. Nick Baldwin, N-I-C-K, Baldwin. He leads the Command Your Conversion Facebook page. He also has a YouTube channel, literally with tutorials on everything that you need in terms of command, okay? So now that you guys know where to go to do a buyer presentation. I'll take you through the pages. Okay, so we've got your table of contents, okay? And this again, guys, you can do on command, okay? So the buyer presentation helps you connect with the buyer and build confidence in your value proposition. We already know that you can make changes to the presentation, including adding, deleting, and reordering the section. So you can make it your own, guys. What resources do you have to help you prepare for a buyer consultation? You've got your buyer lead sheet, the multiple listing service, and your market center, okay? Because some of the things in here as newer agents, you may not have your own reviews, right? You may not have your own stats, so you would want to use the market centers. Okay, and Spark 7 for you guys, obviously it's in the Ignite toolkit, but on the Ignite Spark 7, that's when you guys had covered the buyer lead sheet. Mansoor, I know that you just came in, so you can always go back and look through that so that you can view the presentation on it, okay? So basically this is your table of contents. And again, guys, you guys can change this as needed for your needs. Okay, so on finding your dream home, go ahead and take a look at this, okay? And turn to page 6 on your participant guide if you want to take notes. Sorry about that, guys. Hang on a minute. Okay. So on this page, it's their dream home. Where does the conversation start? Here we go. Your needs drive how and when we find your next home. From this day forward, everything I do will be motivated by your goals and how you imagine your life taking place in your new home. Once I get an understanding of where you see yourself, finding your dream home will move quickly and with minimal interruption to your daily life. And here are the questions that are being asked of the client, okay? You guys can do one of two things. You can use a buyer presentation or you can use a buyer's needs analysis. And I'll show you that. They're basically one and the same. This just goes page through page. So if I ask Mansoor, what is the one thing that has to happen to make that dream scenario a reality? Okay. Someone tell me what, give me an answer.
Not to be afraid.
Wonderful. So tell me what you may be afraid of.
The long-term commitment.
Okay, tell me more about that.
The uncertainty of my, because of what's going on right now, I'm afraid that I may not be able to maintain my mortgage.
Okay, so do you see how on the first question, I started going 1, 2, and 3 layers deep?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, when you're asking these questions on your buyer's consult, you definitely want to make sure that you're digging deeper. Okay, because what was the first, I'm so sorry, I don't remember who was talking. What was your first response to what's the one thing that has to happen?
Not be afraid and just go for it in a nutshell.
Okay, so what happens, guys, if we just stop there and we move on to the next? Say, how can I make that happen for you?
That I don't know.
Okay, we don't, right? Which is why I'm saying, let's dig 2 and 3 layers deep. So you don't want to be afraid, the uncertainty. So you're just going to start digging deeper, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, if you don't dig deeper and start uncovering these objections up front, then you may get hit with them while you're out looking, and then it could like disrupt your sale, right?
That's right.
Okay, so let's go to the next question. Or actually, you were saying, the uncertainty of a job. Well, so how much rent are you paying right now?
$2,000, let's just say.
Okay, and are you comfortable with that in a mortgage?
Yeah.
Okay, so would it make a difference whether you're renting or owning if you know that you have to fork out the same amount of money? Knowing though that when you buy a home, you actually are starting to put equity into it.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't think of it that way.
Okay. So see guys why it's important to dig deeper, because if I don't, and then you're still worried about maybe not being able to afford it, what if you quit your job and I don't give you the scenario of, well, or if you lose your job, I'm sorry, and I don't give you the scenario that, hey, if you lose your job, you're either gonna not pay rent or not pay a mortgage, but with the mortgage, you may have equity in it, right?
That's right.
Okay. And I really like this question down here. If we could add just one more thing to make this process even better, what would that be?
That's a good question. I guess the having a smooth transaction.
That's wonderful. Obviously, am I going to ask why is that important to you? Probably not, because everybody wants a smooth transaction. So what could you say to that?
I think I would say, well, that's great. Man, I lost my track of thinking.
That's okay. You know what, guys? This is wonderful, because it's better to fumble here, right, than in front of your client.
That's true. What was it? Okay, so repeat the question. Oh, if I'll do my best to make sure you have a very comfortable transaction.
Okay.
You know, very
That's
communicative.
quite all right. You know what? What else would someone say to that? I just want to make sure the process goes smoothly.
Yeah. I don't know. Help.
Okay, no, that's quite all right. Who's talking? I'm so sorry because I have the screen minimized.
Oh, it's me, Cindy. Cindy Acosta
Cindy,
from
okay,
Keller Williams
Cindy,
in
I
Cerritos.
apologize.
It's
So
okay.
Cindy, not to worry. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm very well versed on what needs to happen to make this transaction as smooth as possible for you.
Wow.
All you got to do is just ease them up. Doesn't matter if you've only been doing it, you know, for 6 months. 6 months could be a long time for someone. A long time for me is 10 years. A long time for someone else could be 6 months, right? They don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Any questions there before we move on to the other one?
Yeah, I have one question. So I got it that we approach the client to talk about, to ease them out their financial strength they have and whatnot. One of the big challenge people usually have when you're talking to buyer is not just affordability, but also the down payment and the taxes and all that. That question come up. So how you ease them out for considering that, or how you talk through them or make them convince.
Okay, so Mansoor, let's role play that because I'm sure that scenario will pop up. So what question would you have asked that elicits that response?
Also, you want me to ask the same question?
Yeah, in other words, what question would you have asked that a buyer would say to you, oh, I'm concerned about the down payment? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, but down payment, and also the person who's in rent is not concerned about taxes or other commitments, utilities, and a lot of other things. The backyard and the gardening and all those things. So if that's the question buyer has, then again, I'll tell him about the equity that he's going to be building on it. And number two, I'll guide him towards the tax deduction he's going to have at the end of the year, which is going to help him which is not getting help right now. And that can help him to pay off the taxes and overcharges, on other charges.
So I would get with a lender, and there is a spreadsheet that can be used. It's called the cost of buying versus renting.
Okay.
Any lender that you use should have a sheet like that. And what I would do, Mansoor, if this is something that you feel that may be an objection during your buyer consult, usually, just so you guys know, I'm actually getting a client pre-approved before I do a buyer consult, because if my client's dream home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Belmont Shore, and they're pre-approved for $600,000, I'm not going to make that dream happen. So I need to have a good understanding of what they're approved for first. So before the buyer consultation, I would say something to the effect of, Mansoor, out of curiosity, I'm so excited that you're looking for a home. Have you by chance gotten a pre-approval yet?
And if I say yes, for example, $600,000.
Okay, perfect. So then I can move on to the buyer's consultation, right? But if you tell me no.
No.
Okay, Mansoor, no worries. One of the first things that we should do before we get into your wants and needs and what you're looking for and how I operate and the process, we probably should get you pre-approved first, just so we have an idea of what your buying power is. Do you have a lender that you would normally use?
No, I don't have in my mind, but if you can, refer me somewhere, I'll appreciate it.
Wonderful. Why don't we do this? I've got a few lenders in mind. Would you be able to talk to them later today if they can call you?
Sure.
Okay, I would do it. So first of all, guys, just so you know, the lenders I work with, they're going to call the client immediately. Okay, so I would start getting with your lenders if you haven't already to kind of get an idea for what their turnaround time is. Because you don't want to tell Mansoor, I'm going to have one of my lenders call you later today, and then the lender's turnaround time is 24 hours. So I would say, okay, Mansoor, why don't I do this? I'm going to get with my lenders, and then I'm going to have one of them call you. I will shoot you a text message letting you know who's going to be calling you. I may already know I'm going to have Denise call them, or, Fernando or Luz, right? But at least this way, if I have 3 people in mind, and I'm not sure yet who's going to be able to call them, I'll just say, I'm going to text message you the person that's going to call you. Once you get the pre-approval, once I know that you've spoken with them, then we're going to set up a time for you and I to meet so that we can have a buyer's consultation. But I definitely want to get the pre-approval first. Make sense?
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks.
Any questions on that, guys? Okay, so guys, this is all in your buyer consult that we just looked at KW Command, and then building your preference profile, right? This is to uncover expectations and preferences. And remember, you guys can tailor this to however you want, okay? But this is just asking, have you considered who my main contact will be? What timeline would you like to strive for? Somebody tell me 6 months. Mario, what timeline are you striving for?
In a month.
No, tell me 6 months.
6 months, sorry.
That's quite all right. Wonderful. Mario, what happens in 6 months?
What's happening in 6 months? I'm sorry, can you repeat the?
No, that's okay. This is why I'm doing this. Because sometimes, guys, what I'm trying to do is get you guys to delve in like 2, 3, 4 layers deep, right? Because when we're looking at this buyer presentation, this buyer consultation, what I don't want you guys to do is just look at it and then say, okay, I'm going to ask all these questions, right? So obviously we do want to know who the main contact is, but when you're asking what timeline would you like to strive for, some people may tell you 6 months, but if you don't know what happens in 6 months, you don't know how to help them, right? So Mario could say 6 months. I'm going to say wonderful, or that's great. What happens in 6 months? Mario is going to tell me, well, that just gives me more time for a down payment. Oh, okay. Have you gotten with the lender yet to get a pre-approval? No, I haven't. Well, why don't we do this? We know that your timeline is 6 months. Why don't I have a lender call you between today and tomorrow so that you can have an idea of exactly how much money you would need down? You know, you guys can talk about monthly payments, taxes, all of that. It'll give you a better idea right now of what you need to do to get prepared in 6 months. Look, guys, I'm not waiting 6 months, but I want the client to know that I'm listening to them. Because at the end of the day, once my lender speaks with them and I get on the phone with my lender, they may already have the down payment they need. And now I'm going to go back and talk about how we can get them into a home sooner than later, right?
Yeah, and the question is, if I say that I have a lease agreement which is lasting next 6 months, I'm locked in. So
love
I'm
it.
renting right now.
Mansoor, that's a great one. Okay, so Mansoor, your time frame is 6 months because you said your lease doesn't end until then, right?
That's correct.
Okay, if we found you the perfect home in 3 months, would you be willing to break your lease?
I have to call the lease company and find out.
Okay, when would you be able to do that?
I'll try to contact them today.
Awesome. How about we talk again tomorrow? You don't even have to do that, right? You can keep going, right,
Yeah,
with your buyer presentation. But now I'm writing that note, making sure that I talk to Mansoor tomorrow about it. And guys, here's the deal. Mansoor may tell me no, and that's okay. I still want to do a buyer consult just so I can get an idea and then I can keep up with them, right? But at the end of the day, we want to work with buyers that are, like Yesenia said, right, willing, able, and they want to do it within the next 30 days. If we uncover that they can't for 6 months, we're still going to put them in our CRM. We're still going to, you know, drip on them. We're still going to be contacting them every month. Okay. And here's the question. Have you looked into getting pre-approved for a home loan? Those questions are super important. Have you thought about the price range you're comfortable with? They may think that they're comfortable with $800,000 and then they get with the lender and realize, oh, interest rates are so low, I could actually afford $9 or $1 million, or it could go the other way, right? Oh, I guess I can only do 600,000. And I like this question. If I found a home today that checked all of your boxes, could you see yourself making a move sooner rather than later? And Mansoor, that could be where you tell me, well, yeah, but I have to check on my lease. Great. How soon can you get that done?
Got it.
Okay. And then here, guys, you're just asking what's your favorite way to receive information. Some people like calling. You know, you'd be surprised. Like I had an older lady that I thought would only want to call on the phone, want to talk on the phone. And she says, Susie, if you call me, I'm not going to pick up. Just send me an email. And she responded quickly. It doesn't mean if I'm contacting her via email that I don't call or text her, right, if I'm not getting a response. But you do want to elicit the person's favorite form of contact. Let's not assume. And what's the best time to reach you? This is great. It's just a guideline. Don't get so black and white with these things, right? I think this one's really important. As updates arise, how often do you prefer to be notified? I have some people on my listings that they want feedback right then and there as soon as the showing is done. And so then that affords me the opportunity to explain to them how the process works, right? Anyone have any questions on this? And guys, it's super important to take notes and input your people into your CRM system, whether you use Command, Lion's Desk, whatever, and write those notes down in there. All right, let's talk about your home's wish list. We want to ask questions to understand their wants and needs, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to put you guys in groups so that you can role play this a little bit. And then we're going to see what you guys came up with. And then I can fill in the blanks for you, okay? Does that work?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. let me get you, let's see, someone. Okay, Serene is unable to participate. Okay, no worries. Thank you for letting me know that. I'm gonna put you in the groups, okay? And then what's gonna happen is we'll take about 10 minutes. We're gonna be at 10:52. Let's just go, actually, let's go at till 11:03, okay? So I want you guys to role play these questions with each other and then we'll come back. Let me
Now,
put you in.
I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
I don't have the book that you guys were talking about earlier. I don't even know where to get it. I'm a part-time real estate agent, so I haven't been in the office since the COVID happened.
Okay.
So how do
I will show you that afterwards. For right now,
okay.
are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you guys in groups and you can just ask the questions with your partner
Okay.
from the screen, okay?
Got it.
Okay. Okay, I'm creating the rooms now.
All right.
My assistant and transaction coordinator are working on getting escrow open today and getting you the documents. All right, guys, you back on?
Yeah, I'm back.
Awesome. All right. Give me some ideas of what you guys talked about. What did you learn? What was good? What was not so good? Did anybody fumble? And if so, what was it? So we can get you some help.
I mean, I think this is like the most fun part of the kind of interviewing, because now you get to understand your client, your potential client, understanding their likes, the type of person they are based off their likes. And I just think it's fun because then you get a plan and daydream with them about their perfect home, or at least the home they're moving into.
Yep. Anyone else?
He got me in one of the parts where about the year of the house. I've never thought about that. You know,
Oh,
the year.
so that's interesting that you say that, Cindy, because I have it in my facilitator guide notes. Remember, guys, that this buyer consultation on command is editable. Me personally, that is not a question I would put on the wish list. I think that's getting the client to like think way too much. I would definitely leave that one out.
Okay. Yeah,
So
it was caught me off guard.
Yeah, no kidding, right? So I have a question for you. Someone tell me what answers you got for your top 5 non-negotiables.
I was interviewing Cindy, and hers was, I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this. No more than you have to have a max of 2 bathrooms or more. She needed a large yard for her dog. She wanted a den to possibly be an office or a family room for her kids. And you need to have a garage.
Okay, wait, let's stop there. The first one was 2 bathrooms. Then the second one was large yard for dog.
Yeah.
And then third one was?
The den, having a den, an additional space for family room or office. And then had to have a minimum of 4 bedrooms.
Wonderful. Okay, so I want to role play through that. And this is where I want you guys to really start thinking about, look, I always say this, it's like peeling back the layers of an onion, right? When we ask a question, what are your non-negotiables for your home, right? And then we go to the next one that says, beyond your top 5 needs, what is something you really want? You're kind of just hitting the surface at that point. So, Cindy, how many bedrooms do you want in your place? Oh, you said a minimum of 4 bedrooms. Okay. So, Cindy, you want 4 bedrooms. Tell me what you're going to be doing with each of these bedrooms. You're on mute, Cindy. Yeah, we're going to role play this, guys. Okay. What I want to do is we're going to role play this so I can help you guys with digging deeper, okay? Because I believe that when we go into command and we do this buyer consultation, my concern is that we're just going to ask the question surface and not dig deeper. And I want you guys to be more prepared on how to get a true understanding of what your buyer needs. So Cindy, you told me you needed 4 bedrooms, a minimum of 4 bedrooms, right?
That's right.
Okay, so tell me, what are you doing in each of these bedrooms?
Well, 2 of them are going to be for my kids, and the other 2, one's going to be a guest room, and the other one I'll be using it for sleeping in.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. I love it. Now, you mentioned that you wanted a den for an office or a family room.
Right.
Here's my question to you. If for some reason we found a house that you loved but didn't have a den, but your guest room could be made into an office/guest room, would that work for you?
Negative.
Okay, tell me more about that.
Well, because I have my sister-in-law staying with us occasionally, and I do need a guest room to have a bedroom and everything, and I don't want it to be intervened with my business. You know what I mean? So
Perfect.
I rather not have that taken out.
Okay, you guys, did we just not uncover that that is an absolute non-negotiable, right? But if she would have said, oh, I never thought about that. Yeah, I could do a guest room / office, right? So that's just drilling a little deeper. Now, Cindy, you mentioned you wanted a large yard for your dog. What is a large yard mean to you? Because I don't want to assume.
Large yard would be somewhere where I cannot really see my neighbor, if that makes sense. I would say like, well, I don't want an acre or anything like that, because obviously in California I would not be able to afford it at this state that I'm in. But I would like to have a decent one where I can actually play catch with my dog, and it's not gonna go over the fence easily.
Okay, wonderful. Guys, the reason I asked that question is because for those of you that have been on calls with me, you might have heard me say this, and for those of you that are new to me, I'll tell you, we sell the way we buy. And what I mean by that is we assume our context is our own, right? So if Cindy tells me she wants a large yard for me is definitely not what a large yard means for Cindy. A large yard for me is a place where I can put an outdoor dining table, a grill, you know, and have space for like my nice wood cooler. Obviously, a large yard for Cindy is somewhere where she can play catch with her dog and maybe not see the neighbor, right? Another one of those examples would be, I want a move-in ready house. Okay, so somebody tell me what move-in ready to them is. Unmute yourself and tell me.
That's livable.
Okay, so a move-in ready house to you is just livable, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so guys, a move-in ready house for me could be, I don't want to have to change flooring. I want an updated kitchen. What is an updated kitchen to Susie? An updated kitchen is white cabinetry, travertine countertops, stainless steel appliances. An updated kitchen, I just had a buyer consult yesterday. An updated kitchen for my client was she wanted granite countertops and white cabinetry. So what was my next question? If it didn't have white cabinetry, would you be willing to paint? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to start planting seeds for a compromise. Because at the end of the day, when we ask for someone's wish list, 9 times out of 10, are they going to get everything on their wish list? They're not. So we kind of have to start setting the tone up front that there may need to be a little bit of give and take. And again, when they're responding, you know, look at this one. Do you want a house in move-in condition, or are you willing to do some work? Cindy may tell me, yeah, Susie, I'm willing to do some work. Well, some work to Mansoor could be blowing out walls, ripping out carpet, and redoing the whole thing. And doing some work to me would be, honestly, just painting it and maybe ripping out floors. But do you see how if you don't drill down, you're gonna have their wish list actually is kind of becoming your context, not theirs. Does that make sense?
Definitely.
Okay. So we're gonna pause here and I'm gonna get some ahas from you guys from what we've learned so far today. So if you can all unmute yourselves, and I'm just going to call on you. Evelyn, tell me some of your ahas that you've gotten so far.
Never to assume, always go deeper.
Love it.
Okay.
Mario. Mario's out right now. Christian.
Just what you mentioned. You mentioned that, always assume that your buyer is always going to be buying as you buy. So, whatever your likes are, just take those into consideration.
Christian, can you repeat that again?
Was I breaking out?
For me a little bit. Can you repeat that?
Yes. So just take into consideration your buyer as what you would want as a buyer. If that makes any sense.
Okay, yeah, Christian. Okay, that's what I thought I heard.
Right.
What I mean is you want to drill down deeper into the questions, because if Cindy tells me she wants a large yard and I do not ask her what a large yard means to her, I am going to assume that a large yard is what I would assume a large yard is, which is something that can fit a dining table, a grill, a fire pit, and what have you. But a large yard to her may mean, something different. So I want to make sure. Yeah, exactly. So I want to make sure that when you guys are asking the questions, that you aren't assuming that a move-in ready house is what move-in ready means to you. You got to ask, what does move-in ready mean to you? Otherwise, they don't think that you're listening to them.
Correct.
Awesome. Cindy, your ahas.
Yeah, exactly what the other two said there. Don't assume, always kind of dig a little deeper, get to know the person and their actual wants and needs before your own. So like, that's what I'm coming at, how I'm going, oh, that makes sense. Like, you're getting to know the person, not just, of course, as a business, because it's a business transaction, but you're getting to know the person likes, what they enjoy doing in their home.
Perfect. Mario, what about you?
I think for me, it was keep pressing even when they come with objections. Trying to go deeper in those questions to kind of like differentiate what's fear, what's logic. So to me, I think it was Mansour's example about the leasing. I kind of had something similar like that. And so I think I want to follow up with that person and kind of go deeper next time.
I love it. And that's really, guys, the main thing with this buyer consult that I wanted to hit home and get across is I believe that oftentimes as salespeople, we just reach surface questions. So I'm glad that you guys all got that. Let's see. Evelyn, did I get to you?
Yes.
Okay, Cindy, Cindy, did I get you? Sorry.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so then Mansour and Cyrene, is that how you pronounce your name?
Yeah, Mansour.
No, Mansour, I got you. What about Cyrene? Is that how you pronounce?
It's Serene, and she's at work right now. So
Serene. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Mansour, any other insights?
No, it was a great session today, and I think it's important what you hit the nail, that to help the client understand people have fear on finance. It's a big thing. People don't understand that how much they can afford and whatnot until you help them to get their pre-approval, so you really know what they can afford and how much they can afford, or if they can afford anything or not. So yeah. I think that's the starting point before you do anything else, because at the end of the day, it's a financial transaction.
Awesome. All right, guys, so now I'm going to show you how to do neighborhood insights. So I'm going to do a new share. Just going to go to the beginning of command. Okay, so for neighborhood insights on your buyer consultation, remember you could edit all of it. So add, delete anything that you want. Okay, so you're going to go under designs, which we're already here, and then you add. Let me just bring this down. You add here. Okay, you're going to go to import PDF. I need it. And you hit next. And then there's templates. Okay, and there's all these neighborhood insights. So you can use all of this in here, okay, to add this to a buyer consultation. And look, since we're here, you've got all of these things here, buyer, neighborhood snapshot. This one's right here, okay. We have Keller Mortgage, so you can actually add this, which is also in the buyer presentation. Now with Keller Mortgage, go ahead, say that again.
Oh, I just said awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So all of these are in the buyer consult. Now, here's the deal, guys. If you're not familiar with Keller Mortgage or your brokerage doesn't use it, then that's something you're going to want to take out, right? And if you're not familiar with it and your brokerage uses it, I would suggest that you do get familiar with it. Some of your clients can save up to $5,000 to $8,000. Okay. And then look at all, so you can, there's so many templates here that you guys can use. Okay, any questions on that? All right, and we'll go to the next one, how buying a home works. So this is another page, right, on the buyer consultation. It just explains the home buying process, okay? So you're gonna wanna read through this and make sure that everything that is on here is something that you're gonna wanna have in your buyer consultation, right? So you've got partnering with an agent, finding your new home, compare home and neighborhood averages, then narrow down the neighborhoods you wanna live in. You know what? You may have already done that prior. So if you did, you can take it out. Favorite homes and save them to collections, nix homes that don't meet the mark, schedule home tours and plan itinerary with your agent, decide on your dream home. So all of these things are just kind of lets you know how buying a home works. And also too, for some people that are more visual, it's something that you can leave with them as well. Because even here today, right, we absorb a lot of information. Your buyer consultation can take 30 to 45 minutes. For some people, an hour. And it's a lot of information to process and to absorb. So this is something that you're also going to want to leave with them. Okay, this you can add or not add if you're going to do Keller Mortgage. Now you guys will be talking, I'm trying to think of which one. Ooh, sorry about that. On your value proposition, you guys will be discussing that in another Ignite session. But here, you guys can remove the how many years you've been in business if you'd like. On the total clients served, you can use your market center's stats. Okay, you don't have to use yours. And maybe even if you want to do some testimonials, right, you can use some Keller Williams testimonials or have a couple of friends write reviews for you and add those on there. But look at, so this is This is this individual's value proposition. When you choose to work with me, you're partnering with a trained agent that has the backing of the world's largest real estate company, consisting of 180,000 plus associates around the globe. That puts your search in the hands of the largest, most resourceful real estate network. And by choosing to partner with me and the Keller Williams family, you gain access to a suite of technology that keeps you informed and engaged with happenings in the neighborhoods you're eyeing. Keller Williams was built on a simple yet revolutionary principle. People are what matter most. To help cement this understanding, we formalized a belief system that guides how we treat each other and how we do business. And then it tells us, our Keller Williams mottos, right? Win-win or no deal, integrity, do the right thing, customers always come first, commitment in all things, communication, seek first to understand, creativity, ideas before results. So this is like a cool thing to have. I mean, there's a lot of neat things in Command that you can upload and just tweak a little bit and make your own. So just because you're a new agent doesn't mean that you can't have a kick-ass buyer consultation, right?
Right.
All right, so anybody have any questions? Now, how do you close for the agreement? You've had the buyer consultation, right? Now you want them to work with you.
Let's sign right now.
Okay. So you gotta make sure that it fits your how you speak, right? Someone else tell me, Mario, if you want to give it a shot. We did a buyer consult. How would you get me to sign an agreement?
Well, Susie,
I know I'm putting you guys on the spot, but this is, hey guys, look, I mess up too. So don't worry, right here, this is kind of our session to be able to role play and tweak the kinks, right? Okay, go ahead.
Well, Susie, it was such a pleasure talking to you today. And I am really excited to work with you. I am dedicated. Sorry for the noise in the background, by the way. It's my
No worries.
dog. Very excited to work with you. I'm ready to go. From our conversation, I'm understanding that you're ready to go. Why don't we just get ready to sign this contract and start looking for that house for you?
Okay, love it. I want to give you a tidbit. Does contract sound really set in stone versus agreement?
Right, agreement would be a better term.
Right. And so that's one of the things that I've learned to use. I know that a lot of people say sign the contract, right? Which, hey, if you have a bold, buyer that's all business and, is just getting down to the nitty gritty, you will use that. Mansoor, you probably would be one that says, okay, Susie, we're ready to go. Let's sign the contract. And that will come out natural for you, right? It needs to be able to come out natural for you. I may say, hey, Mario, it sounds to me like we're already pre-approved. We know what you're looking for. I know I can help you find that. How soon do you want to get started? You're on mute, Mario.
Let's start now.
Perfect. So this is just it's a buyer broker agreement, Mario. It states that I'm here to represent you. So if I need to ask your lender any questions or speak to agents on your behalf, this just says that that you're allowing me to do that.
Understood.
It's that simple. It doesn't have to be like so. It just allows me to speak on your behalf. Kind of like when you hire an attorney, right? It's just allow me to speak on your behalf with other agents and lenders. I've come to find that that verbiage makes it a lot less like, oh, okay, so I use that. And I will actually, guys, I'm going to give you two things. Sorry about that. What I want to do is I want to send you, how do I get it from privately to everyone? Okay, here we go. I want to upload two files for you guys. I have a one-page buyer broker agreement that I wanted to get you guys. just so that you can use that if you need to. Obviously, if you're comfortable using the car form, I think that's great as well, okay? Let me find it. Oh, first of all, I'm gonna do sending you the buyer's needs analysis right now. Because I wanted you to have both of these. The buyer needs analysis that we did for Keller Williams is a pretty good one. And you can also, if there are questions in that buyer's needs analysis that maybe aren't on that buyer presentation, maybe you can add it on there. Let's look. It's not loading. Let me try the other one. Let me see if I have one without a logo. Here, I have the La Mirada buyer broker agreement. So if you're not in the La Mirada office, it's just easy to just change the logo. And then I'm gonna try to get you that buyer needs analysis again, see if it will upload. Okay, for some reason, did you guys get the one-page buyer broker agreement?
Yes.
Evelyn said no. Mario, you see it, right?
Yeah, I'm downloading it now.
Okay. I also have a buyer's needs analysis, but for some reason, it's not allowing me to upload the file. So what I did is in the chat, I typed in my email address. If you guys can just send me an email and I will go ahead and send you that buyer needs analysis, you might get some ideas on there. I'm gonna try it one more time. It's not working. So guys, if you wanna go ahead and email me, it's susiecabrera@kw.com. And then I can go ahead and send it to you. And then guys, use all the tools that you can. Read up. You guys should be calendaring at least an hour a day just to get yourselves well-versed on either your scripts, your buyer presentation, seller presentation. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Do you know if Long Beach has the buyer's representation agreement as well? Their version of it?
No, that one I had Nadine in our office tweak it from my team's one. And the buyer's needs analysis, the one that I have, I had helped create it from when I was dealing with the Busy Blondes, which is one of David Cullen's teams out on the West Side. So then I had Nadine just put the logo on it and we tweaked it a little bit in one of our Ignite sessions. So that's the one that I want to send you guys. Remember, with the buyer presentation and that needs analysis that I'm going to send you, as well as a buyer lead sheet, look through all of, get your own. All of these things are editable, okay? But it's important that you look through it and say, okay, what questions, you know, like Cindy said, I don't know about asking about what year built. I totally agree. I wouldn't want to ask that question. In my opinion, it's irrelevant. So there might be questions in there that you think you don't want to ask, or there would be questions on there that you're like, oh, hey, I definitely want to ask that. And remember, just dig 2, 3, 4 layers deep. Everyone have my email address, right?
Yes.
Okay, you guys send me an email. I will send you that buyer's needs analysis. I'm so sorry. You know what? I just, before we get off, I'll try one more time. And see if it uploads. No, it's not uploading. Okay, so guys, just go ahead and send me an email. And then I will send you that buyer's needs analysis, just so that you have other questions to ask.
Okay, sounds good.
Perfect.
Guys, thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks, Susie.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.